Today we're with Adam Feldman. Adam Feldman is a criminal defense attorney in Phoenix, Arizona. He's agreed to answer some online questions that were posted. If you have some additional questions, all you have to do is post them in the comments section below. With that said, Adam, let's go into our first question. If I hire you, will you work on a payment plan? And if so, how much will I need to put down?
Absolutely. Thanks, Ryan. The payment plan is different for every client who comes in because every case is going to have a different payment structure. A DUI will be one price, a murder case is going to be something totally different. But no matter what, we're always going to be working out some sort of a payment plan. Nobody really saves up for their son, daughter, husband, or whoever getting arrested, and so money is usually not readily available. There are times where I will do a zero down and we can work things out. There are times where families will try to pay as much as they can within 30 days just to get a financial incentive. But typically speaking, we will create payment plans to fit their pay schedules at work or their abilities to gather money from family members if need be, so that there's no set rule. Typically speaking, I'll ask the family what they can do, and we go from there. We work things out. My goal is to accommodate anybody who's coming to me for help.
Okay, all right. Next question was, will you be able to tell me ahead of time my chances of winning my case?
I can't do that, and no attorney should do that, but I'm certain that there are attorneys who will try to do that. The way it works is this. You can tell me everything that happened in the case, and that's going to give me an idea as to what I can do. It'll give me an idea as to a certain level of confidence that I feel with the case. But the truth is that until I become fully invested, until I go through the police reports, interview the officers, review all of the state's evidence, I'll never have a true assess, can you win your case, or what will the outcome be? This is probably the most common question, because when people are coming in and they're hiring an attorney, they want to know, can you win this case or not? The best I can do is I can say I've handled tons of these cases with these types of outcomes, but the truth is that every case is different, and I'll certainly be able to give you a degree or a level of confidence with the facts that have been played. I'll never be able to answer the question, can you win this case if I hire you today? But the truth is that no attorney should ever be able to answer that.
Okay, makes sense. This next question was fairly specific. I have been charged with multiple drug misdemeanors. However, I have a previous felony in another state. Since they are misdemeanors, which I assume will be pled out, is it necessary for me to hire an attorney?
Absolutely. Any criminal charge requires a criminal defense attorney. It's just the way it works. The more exposure you have to the criminal justice system, the more you need that attorney. So with your example where you have a felony conviction from out of state, just because it's out of state doesn't mean that it's not going to affect you in this state. To the contrary, anything on your record will come back to bite you. The state of Arizona, whether it's a city court, whether it's the Superior Court, or even whether it's the federal court, they will be able to reach out to these sister states. They'll be able to obtain the convictions, and they're going to try to use it against you. So the truth is that no matter what your criminal charge is, you absolutely need a defense attorney, but especially when you have something from your past, drug convictions, felony convictions, even misdemeanor convictions, that just makes it more that you're going to want to hire a criminal defense attorney.
Okay. Next one, again, fairly specific. I have been charged with a crime, which I don't want to discuss publicly, but this will affect my job if I'm convicted. Is it possible to hide the proceedings from the public?
More often than not, the answer is no. Whenever there are criminal charges, it's usually public information. Now, with that said, most employers are not doing criminal background searches on you on a daily basis, monthly basis, or even yearly basis. So a lot of times the fact that it's a public forum and the fact that you've been charged doesn't mean that your employer will find out. I'd say the majority of my clients have good jobs that they need to keep and that they want to keep, and we go through the entire proceedings regardless of the charges. Even people with some serious crimes, such as high-level felonies, even sex crimes, employers don't find out, and since they haven't been convicted, while they're going through the proceedings, they're able to keep their job, and they're very fortunate to do so.
Okay, all right. And the final question we have is, I have a charge, excuse me, I have a DUI charge, but two in other states. How will this affect my case?
The way that it's going to affect your case is this. The prosecutor is going to want to gather up as much information about you as possible. So they're going to reach out to these sister states. They're going to find out that there are DUIs or other convictions on your record, and they're going to do their best to obtain those from the states and use them against you in this state, which is what they can do. But the cool thing about criminal defense is it really doesn't have anything to do with what happened. It has everything to do with what the state can prove. So you might have 5 DUIs in your past from different states throughout the country, but unless the state can actually retrieve the information and prove that in court, it doesn't exist. So I've had clients before who come to me with this situation. They're in Arizona, they have a DUI, they have 2, 3 DUIs from other states, and they're looking at me like this is the end of the world. My response to them is, you know, let's hang tight, let's see what the state can actually do, because more often than not, the state can tell me, yeah, your client has a prior DUI conviction or multiple DUI convictions, to which I'll say, well, can you prove it? And a lot of times the answer is, well, we've got a piece of paper that says it, but if we have to prove it in court, the answer is no. So when you have DUI convictions from out of states, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot that we can do to help you out with that.
Okay. Well, that wraps up the questions. If anyone has any additional questions, all you need to do is post them in the comments section below, and Adam's agreed to get back to you as soon as we can with those answers. Obviously, you have a direct concern, you can just call his office. Adam's number is right there on the screen. Thank you for your time, Adam.
All right. Thanks so much, Ryan. I appreciate it.